Good morning students. Yesterday we have seen the general introduction of the carbohydrates and its classification. So today I am going to explain you about structure of the glucose, very important question. So before going to that, let us see the differences between glucose and fructose. Okay. So generally I am saying the glucose and fructose, but the molecular formulas is same. C6H12O6, C6H12O6. This is glucose. This is the formula for fructose. This is the formula for glucose. This is the formula for fructose. We are seeing here the formulas is same, but how we are determining that it is in glucose, it is in fructose means. See, let us see. CHO, OHH, 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 HOH, CH2OH, H2OH, C double bond O, HOH, OHH, OHH, CH2OH. So see students, here this is the formula of the glucose, this is the formula of the fructose. The molecular formula is same, okay, but coming to here, see, it is having aldehyde group, okay. So here aldehyde group is present, that's why we are saying it is a glucose. Coming to here, see, it is present in ketone group, that's why we are saying it is a fructose group, okay. These two forms will undergo only in deconfiguration only. D means what here? Dextro. Dextro means what? Right side rotation. Okay. So we are taking glucose or fructose is in dextro forms only. So when you see the stereochemistry of your first semester, so here stereochemistry, in that you will be having conformational isomerism. So in conformational isomerism you will be having configurational isomerism, you will be having two types, that is D form and L form. Okay, so D form indicates dextro, L form indicates levo. Dextro is nothing but here right side rotation, L levo form indicates that left side rotation, okay. So these two structures will be exhibiting the two forms, okay. So now let us see open chain structure of glucose. See here, open chain structure of glucose, okay. So open chain structure or cyclic structure of glucose So you can get question like this, open chain structure of glucose or cyclic structure of glucose. So generally I have explained pyridine. What is the starting I have explained you for pyridine? Structural elucidation. So that same thing we are going to see here. Open chain structure of glucose or cyclic structure of glucose. So how we have did in pyridine, in the same way we have to do here also for the glucose. Means see here the structure of glucose. So how many hydroxy groups is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 OH groups are present. Means 5 hydroxy groups are present. 1 aldehyde group is present. 1 alcohol, that is primary alcohol group is present, and hydrogen is in straight chain, the carbon is in straight chain, and also it is present in the dextro form. Okay, so how it is presenting, we have to explain in the structure of the glucose. So now let us see first point. Molecular formula of glucose is what here? What is the molecular formula of glucose? C6H12O6. Okay, so in this formula we are having 5 OH group. Okay, so what will happen means when glucose is treated with C6H12O6, when glucose is treated with acetic anhydride, 5 moles of acetic anhydride. This is the formula of acetic anhydride. So the general structure of acetic anhydride is CH3, CO, O, CO, CH3. So this is the structure of the acetic anhydride. Okay, so like this molecules, how many we are taking here? 5 molecules. So when glucose is treated with 5 moles of acetic anhydride, so it is going to give C6H7O, OCOCH3, 5 plus 5 moles of acetic acid. Means glucose pentacetate. Okay, see this one can be written as like this: CHO, OH, H. In the middle it indicates C, OH, H, HOH, HOH, and CH2OH. Okay, so this one we can be written as like this also. So when we are treating with 5 moles of CH3 CO2O acetic anhydride, so what will happen means CHO, H, OCOCH3, OCOCH3, H, HOCOCH3, HOCOCH3, CH2OCO, CH3 plus 5 CH3COOH. Okay, so see here. So what I have told you, 5 hydroxy groups is present in the glucose. So how it is presenting? See here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hydroxy groups. So when you are treating with acetic anhydride, so how many? What it is giving? Glucose pentacetate. Okay, 5OCOCH3 it is giving, and 5 moles of acetic acid is lost. Means what here? This acetic acid means it indicates the presence of, when we are treating with acetic acid, glucose forms glucopentacetate. That indicates the presence of 5 hydroxy groups are present in the glucose. Have you understood? So see, the molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6, and here the glucose, when we are treating with acetic anhydride, it is giving pentacetate. So this pentacetate indicates the presence of we are having 5 OH groups are present. Okay, so hydroxy groups are completed. So now let us see aldehyde group is present here. Okay, so let us see the evidence of the aldehyde group. So the next point is, see here, when glucose, C double bond O H, okay, HOH, same thing, OHH, HOH, HOH, CH2, OH. Okay, so I am taking glucose. So when it is treating with HCN, okay, when it is treating with HCN, so how it will be dividing? H plus Cn minus, and if I turn bond here, O minus plus. Okay, so here this minus charge will come and add here, Cn will come and add here, means how it is getting COH HCN. Remaining we can keep it as R. This all completely I have kept as R. So what we are getting is glucose cyanohydrin. Okay, see here, when glucose is treated with HCN, hydrogen cyanide, so we are getting glucose cyanohydrin. Okay, so next in this only, when glucose, remaining all you keep it as OH, C double bond OH. Next case, in this is a part. Let us see next one, B part. C double bond O H R. Okay, R indicates this complete molecule. So next, NH2OH, hydroxylamine. Hydroxylamine, when we are treating with hydroxylamine, so this H2 and here O, there will be a loss of minus H2O takes place, so it is forming C double bond. Double bond is left now. Here we are not turning any bonds. C double bond. This NOH will come and add here. H and R. Okay. So here it is forming. This is the functional group of the oxygens. CH double bond NOH is the functional group of oxygens. So we are getting glucooxime. Okay, so this is one more reaction, and in this another one is C double bond OH R, glucose is treated with Br2 in the presence of water. Okay, Br2 water. So what will happen means it will change into COOH R, means we are getting glucanoic acid. Okay, so when you observe these three reactions, see here, when you observe these three reactions, glucose is treated with HCN. In the aldehyde only we are treating. Okay, when we are taking aldehyde, it is giving cyanohydride. Here also when we are treating with aldehyde, with hydroxylamine, it is giving glucooxymes. So it is giving glucanoic acid, acetic acid. So when you combine these three reactions, what will happen means, these three reaction indicates that aldehyde group is present here. Okay, so by seeing above properties, when glucose is treated with HCN, NH2OH, Br2 water, so it indicates the presence of the aldehyde group is present. Okay, so now you can see aldehyde is completed, 5 hydroxyl groups are completed, and also we have seen molecular formula. And next one, the carbons is in straight chain. How we are getting straight chain, we can see. And next point here is when glucose C6H12O6 glucose is treated with concentrated HI, hydrogen iodide. So it is giving CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. See here what I have told you. I have already discussed aldehyde groups, how it is present, hydroxyl groups, how it is present. Now let us see the carbons all is in straight chain. Okay, how it is in straight chain? So when we are treating with, when glucose is treated with concentrated HI, okay, so it is forming N-hexane. See total how many carbons are there? Total 6 carbons are present. So N-hexane is present. Okay. So this hexane indicates the presence of all carbons are in the straight chain structure. Okay. So this is about the general structure, means general structure of glucose. So then what is the structure? So the open chain structure here is what? Glucose. This is the open chain structure. This is the final structure of the glucose. So the final structure of the glucose is here, this one, glucose. Okay. So once again I am saying, see what is the molecular formula of glucose? It is C6H12. What is the molecular formula of glucose? C6H12O6. And we know that 5 hydroxy groups are present. How it is presenting? When glucose is treated with acetic anhydride, it is giving glucose penta-acetate. So this indicates the presence of the glucose. This indicates the presence of 5 hydroxyl groups are present. So here aldehyde group is present. How it is present? When we are treating with HCN, it is giving glucose cyanohydrin. When it is treating with NH2OH, it is giving glucooxime. When it is treating with Br2 water, it is giving gluconic acid. Means these 3 reactions is taking place at only aldehyde group. Okay. So what happens here? So these 3 reactions indicates the presence of aldehyde group is present here. So next one, the carbons, whatever it is present in the glucose, it is all is in straight line. So whenever glucose is treated with a concentrated HI, so what it is giving? Hexane. Okay, all is in straight chain. So this molecule indicates that glucose structure of carbon indicates the straight chain. Okay, and the final structure of the glucose is this one. So this is the general. So in this we are going to have configuration and also muta-rotation of the glucose pyranose structures. Okay, so generally configuration, coming to configuration, so here see here 1 2, leave these 2 carbons, 1 2 means this is the C1 carbon, this is C2 carbon, C3 carbon, C4 carbon, C5, C6, total 6 carbons we are having. So leaving C1 and C6, see here total how many carbons? 4 carbons, means the C2, C3, C4, C5. So these carbons are optically inactive compounds. Optically active compounds means what here? What do you mean by optically active compounds? What do you mean by optical? Light. Okay. So whenever we are rotating the molecule, so means for example glucose you are taking, this is one substance. Okay, whenever this substance is passed through a plane polarized light, is rotated towards 2 forms, that is one is in D form, other one is in L form. Okay, so D form indicates dextrorotation, L form indicates levorotation. So here this 4 carbon atoms is in optically active compounds. Optically active means what I have told you. When a plain polarized light is passed through a substance indicates here glucose. So when a plain polarized light is passed through the glucose, it forms dextro configuration. Okay, so this one indicates what here, it is an D form, means the configuration is showing of glucose is D form, which means it rotates only in towards right direction only. Okay, so this is about configuration. So here like this we are getting. So already we have seen here the CHOH, remaining I am keeping R. So see here, it is in the hydroxy groups is in what here, right side rotation. Okay, so if you turn this one, it will be getting the left side. So this is about configuration. When a plain polarized light is passed through the substance, that one divided into two forms, that is dextro form and levo form, we call it as optically active compound. So here in a glucose, the 4 carbons is in optically active compounds, so which is forming dextro form. The 4 carbons means here C2, C3, C4, C5 is in optically active, means these are optical active chiral carbons, or we can say asymmetric carbons. Chiral is nothing but what here, which is showing mirror images, that one we call it as chiral carbon. Non-superimposable mirror images we call it as chiral carbons. So there are 4 different chiral carbon atoms. So total how many we are having? 2 power 4 is equals to 16. We are getting the isomeric forms. Okay, total 16 isomeric forms. Isomeric means what? Same molecular formula but different structures we are going to get. That one we call it as isomeric forms. So here how many we are taking? Total 4. 2 power 4 is equals to 16 isomeric forms we are going to get. But coming to here, how many stereoisomeric forms it is having? Only 2 stereoisomeric forms we are going to have, that is in alpha form and also it is in beta form. Okay, so this is about configuration, and we are going to have mutarotation. So mutarotation means what? Means this is about configuration. The next point is what here? Configuration. Next one what here? Mutarotation. And the next point is mutarotation. So mutarotation is nothing but here the change in specific rotation. What do you mean by mutarotation? The change in specific rotation of an optically active solution. The change in specific rotation of an optically active solution without any change in other properties. Is known as mutarotation. See here, what do you mean by mutarotation? The change in specific rotation of an optically active solution without any change in other properties, we call it as mutarotation. So here, specific rotation, generally for optically active compounds there will be a formula. Means what? Means it will be changing, means it will be representing in the presence of length, decimeter, temperature. So specific rotation mainly depends upon the nature of the concentration, how much concentration of the substance we are taking, that one, and also the length, and also its temperature also it depends. So that one indicates the specific rotation. So I have told you here optically active compounds. Okay, so this indicates the optically active compounds. These 4 carbons indicates optically active compounds. So here the change in specific rotation of the optically active compounds without changing any properties. So other properties will not be changed. Only the specific rotation values only will be changed. That one we call it as muta rotation here. So it exists in 2 forms, that is alpha form and beta form. Okay, now let us take general structure of glucose: CHO, OH, H, H, OH, OH, H, OH, H, CH2, OH. Okay, so this is the general D-glucose. Okay, this is the general structure of the glucose. Now alpha form, in this alpha form indicates C, here alpha form is nothing but what, here the OH is in left side, that one we call it as alpha form. If suppose the OH is in right side, that one we call it as beta form. Okay, so now let us see here. One minute. Okay, let us see now. CHO. Okay, C, H, OH, and here these 3 molecules can be write as CH, OH twice, and this is here CH. Now I am linking here O molecule here and CH2 OH. Here what happens, this is an alpha form plus 113 degrees centigrade plus 52.7 degrees. Coming to beta form here, OH, H, same, CHOH twice, CH, CH2 OH, beta form plus 19 degrees centigrade. Okay, so see here, observe clearly what I have told you. The change in specific rotation of an optically active solution without any change in properties, we call it as mutarotation. So it exhibits in 2 forms, that is alpha form and beta form. So if the OH is in right side, we call it as it is in alpha form. If the OH is in left side, we call it as it is in beta form. So now how it is formed, this molecule means generally it is an aldehyde group, no? So C double bond OH. If I turn bond here, O minus, okay, so this CH came here, O now, so here what we are having, H, OH, so this H plus will go and add here, so there will be a formation of bond to the 5th carbon. Okay, see here, first one, remaining 4 carbons complement, this is the 5th carbon, so there will be a formation of bond to the bond. Okay, so in the same thing here also happens, but you have to see alpha form is the OH is in right side rotation, beta form is the OH is in left side rotation. So what I have told you, specific rotation, the change in specific rotation values. So when I treated this molecule with water, okay, if suppose I treated either of these two molecules, when I treated that, this is an equilibrium mixture. So when I treated with water this molecule, what will happen means it forming plus 113 degrees centigrade. Okay, so this molecule, if I suppose I am treating with water molecule, how much it is forming specific rotation? Plus 19 degrees centigrade. So what happens here means, so either of these two structures, take any one of these two structure. So when you treat with water, so automatically what happens means the alpha form, whatever it is present, it is decreasing. Okay, and the beta form increases. So up to when it increases, until the equilibrium constant value is obtained, means the equilibrium constant value of glucose is obtained, up to that the beta form will increase. So this is nothing but mutarotation. Once again I am explaining. See here, we are taking the equilibrium mixture of glucose. So either of these two forms, alpha form means right side OH, beta form means left side OH should be present. Take any one of these form. For example, if I am taking H2O, when I am treating this solution with H2O, so what happens means the alpha form is decreasing here. So and automatically the beta form increasing. So up to when it is increasing, so until the equilibrium mixture of glucose is forming, it is increasing the beta form. So this is about mutarotation. So next we are going to have pyranose structures of glucose. Next point here is pyranose structure. Pyranose structure of glucose, or we can say Howard structures. Okay, pyranose structure or Howard structure of glucose. So here the pyranose or Howard structure of glucose indicates, generally I have drawn here structure like this. This one indicates the pyranose structure. So what do you mean by furan here? This is the structure of furan. 4 carbons is present. So pyranose we are going to get 5 carbons. This is the